Hey everyone, this is Hayne Fogarty, your host on Assembly Bethesda On Air, and I am so glad you're joining me today. We're diving into some pretty foundational stuff, something that often gets overlooked but is incredibly important for understanding God's design for us. We're heading into Leviticus chapter 18, starting specifically at verse 7, and we'll be looking at the surrounding verses that lay out detailed prohibitions on relationships within the family. Now, I know Leviticus can sometimes feel a bit, dense, right? But trust me, we're going to keep it straightforward and casual. We're just unpacking what the text actually says, and more importantly, why it matters so profoundly for how we live our lives, even today. What we'll uncover is that these aren't just ancient rules. They're timeless principles designed to protect us and our communities. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's explore these sacred boundaries together. Before we get into the specifics, let's set the context. The Lord spoke directly to Moses, telling him to share these vital words with the people of Israel. And how does he begin? With a powerful declaration. I am the Lord your God. This isn't just a casual statement. It's a reminder of who is speaking. To live, and do not do as they do in a land of Canaan where I am bringing you. Do not follow their practices. This is crucial, isn't it? God is calling them to be distinct, to live differently. Why? Because their practices were often chaotic and destructive. He tells them, instead, obey my laws and be careful to follow my decrees. I am the Lord your God. It's a call to holiness, to a life set apart. Then comes the key principle in verse 6. None of you shall approach anyone who is near of kin to him to uncover his nakedness. I am the Lord. This sets the stage for everything that follows, clearly establishing the boundary of sexual intimacy within close family relations.
Now, let's get into the specifics, because God is incredibly direct here, leaving no room for confusion. Verse 7 gets right to it. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father, that is, the nakedness of your mother. She is your mother. You shall not uncover her nakedness. This clearly means do not have sexual relations with your mother. It's a fundamental boundary, folks, designed to honor parents and keep the family structure intact and solid. Think about it. Crossing this line would unravel the most basic trust within a family. Moving to verse 8, you shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's wife. It is your father's nakedness. This covers stepmothers, reinforcing that the marriage bond demands respect, even if she's not your biological mother. Verse 9 then extends this to siblings. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father or the daughter of your mother, whether born at home or elsewhere. A clear, do not have relations with your sister. And it doesn't stop there. Verse 10 says you shall not uncover the nakedness of your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter. Granddaughters are explicitly off limits. What we're seeing here is a consistent pattern, protecting the core family unit.
The list continues to widen, showing God's comprehensive care for the entire family unit, including extended relatives and in-laws. Verse 12 instructs, do not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister. She is your father's close relative. Similarly, verse 13 says, do not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister. She is your mother's close relative. These are your aunts, folks, and the message is clear. These relationships are not for sexual intimacy. Moving on, verse 14 states, do not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother. Do not approach his wife. She is your aunt. This reinforces respect for your uncle and his marriage. Then we get into in-laws, which is really interesting. Verse 15 declares, do not uncover the nakedness of your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. This is a vital boundary for the integrity of your son's marriage. And perhaps one of the most commonly discussed, verse 16, do not uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife. It is your brother's nakedness. Each of these prohibitions is a protective measure designed to safeguard family roles and prevent the kind of chaos that arises when these lines are blurred or crossed. It's about maintaining trust and order.
But God doesn't stop there. The chapter continues with even more instructions that underline his call to holiness and distinct living. Verse 17 is especially strong. Do not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Do not take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover their nakedness. They are her close relatives. That is wickedness. This speaks to an abhorrent level of familial confusion and exploitation. God calls it wickedness, plain and simple. Verse 18 adds another layer, protecting the marriage bond. Do not take your wife's sister as a rival wife and uncover her nakedness while your wife is living, preventing jealousy. The chapter then broadens its scope. Verse 19 prohibits relations during a woman's monthly period. Verse 20 condemns adultery. Verse 21 forbids child sacrifice to Molech, a profound defilement. Verses 22 and 23 address same-sex relations and bestiality, labeling them detestable and a perversion. This comprehensive list underscores one crucial point. God is setting clear, non-negotiable boundaries for intimacy. These are foundational principles for a holy people.
After this comprehensive list, God gives a stern warning that truly highlights the seriousness of these commands. He says, "Do not defile yourselves in any of these ways, because that is how the nations before them became defiled. That is why the land is vomiting them out." This isn't just about personal sin, it has national implications. If the Israelites engaged in these same detestable practices, the land would vomit them out too. What an intense image, right? This shows us that these aren't small suggestions. They are intrinsically connected to staying in the good land God was giving them, to their very existence as a distinct people. Obedience brings blessing and life in the place God promised. Disobedience brings consequences, and severe ones at that. God then closes the chapter by powerfully repeating that He is the Lord their God. He has set them apart from the other peoples, and they are to be holy because He is holy. They must not follow the customs of the nations around them. This whole section is incredibly practical, offering everyday guidance for how to live as God's people. It's about choosing holiness, setting ourselves apart for Him.
So, as we bring this discussion to a close, let's reflect on what these verses in Leviticus 18 mean for us today. When we read them, they still call us to respect family roles and to pursue purity in all our relationships. The world often pushes different ideas, but God's word stands firm. These boundaries, seemingly restrictive, are actually gifts. They protect us from harm, from chaos, from the breakdown of trust that inevitably follows when these lines get crossed. They help us reflect His character in a world that desperately needs to see it. Each prohibition builds on the foundation of honoring basic family relationships, creating a safe space where family members can truly love and support each other without confusion or exploitation. True freedom, my friends, comes inside the good limits He sets. So, let's listen, obey, and trust that His way is always best. Thank you for joining me today. As always, it is a pleasure to spend this time with you. God bless, and until next time, courage. Thank you again. If you like what I do here, head on over to www.assemblybethesda.com.